I can't help it that I look good, smell good, woo, can dance all night long. But the crew rides to the top, oh yeah. You've been talking to the apes and the giraffes and chimpanzees again, haven't you? Yes, I'm excited!
All right, we are here. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode by popular demand of Fast Freddie Rocks Youngstown, coming to you live and direct from the state-of-the-art Youngstown studios in beautiful downtown Youngstown. Fast Freddie here, along with Joe Danier, and we haven't sat down here for a while, Joe, especially the last two times we had guests when I was here, and So we're ready to go. And I brought my own beer today because I do have a bone to pick with you. Okay. The hospitality here has been really lacking the last couple times I've been here. Yeah. I brought all my girlfriends in here and they had to bring their own in a flask and stuff. That was a little...
I filed a grievance with food and beverage. Like, I haven't heard back yet.
Well, you better get on it. No, I think it's because you guys, with all this politics that you talk about all day long, I think you want to stay away from the booze.
No,
or you drink it.
No.
You drink it. That's the problem. You and the MLO brothers and stuff, by the time I get here, all the booze is gone.
I get it at 8 o'clock in the morning, and by the time we get to 7, it's
you
gone,
know, you
man.
listen to some of that stuff, and you know somebody's got to be drinking something or smoking something funny or something. So, so I decided to bring my own, and you know what? And I want to share, and it's that time of year, and I broke out the Samuel Adams Winter White Ale. And it says on here, spiced and citrus. So citrus and spice and everything nice. I'll give it a try. Winter may be chilly, but the festive ale balances the bright orange peel with the holiday spices like cinnamon and nutmeg to warm up even the coldest temperatures and to help celebrate the season. And that's what we are here for, a celebration of the season.
100%.
Or at least just a celebration of Monday night in Youngstown as the weather's getting cold. But, man, I had a great weekend, a lot of stuff going on. I have been so busy. That's why, a lot of people have been asking me to come on the podcast and everything. And I just don't know from one day to the next. I hate to schedule somebody and say, oh, okay, we're not showing up. But hopefully we'll do some. I got a few good people ready to go. I got to say the word. So it's all on me. I got a lot of people want to get on, but today we're just going to drink beer and shoot the shit a little bit, which is something that I could do pretty good. Beer drinking even better than just the talk. So,
quick question, since we're on beer.
Yeah.
Have you had Penguin City's winter warmer?
Not yet.
Oh my goodness, it is literally my favorite.
Well, why don't they get a 6-pack down here? Let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's get it moving here. Christmas parade's coming up in a couple weeks too.
Cannot wait.
That's always a blast. Youngstown Christmas Parade, Friday, December 5th. And if you've not been to the Christmas Parade, it's huge.
It is.
I never really gave it much thought. And then one time my sister says, hey, we're going down to the Christmas Parade. She goes, how come Y103 is not in the Christmas Parade? I'm like, no, I never heard of this Christmas Parade. And then when I came down here, I was surprised how jamming it was and how many people were in the parade, and people were parked from Penguin City all the way down to the jail. And it was just an awesome time. And then places downtown get all decorated. The Federal, they just go above and beyond. They turn their place into like a Christmas wonderland. And it's just a great time. So mark your calendars, December 5th. It's the big downtown Youngstown Christmas parade. And once I got in it, I look forward to it every year.
And if it's cold, if you want to duck in here and eat pizza with us, feel free. You can park right out there.
Well, I got to be in the parade.
Right.
I got to be in the parade. I can't, I can't wuss out. Come on. Right. What would that be?
Out there.
Yeah, it is. It is. But that's the way it goes. Hey, Barb Fox is checking in. Hi, Barb. Hi, Tiff. Good to hear from you. Let's see. This weekend, Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
How was it?
It's just insane. It is so over the top. Some people think it's overproduced. They have every single thing, rock and roll thing that you could possibly think of. I mean, the graphics, the AI animation they have now. I can only imagine where this show is going to go in a few years. Who knows? They did this one thing where they had these guys were playing guitars on like a hydraulic lift over the crowd in the back of the arena. And they had drones flying over their heads.
Wow.
You know, among other things, you know, with the pyro, the hydraulics, the high def graphics now, and the animation is just crazy.
Yeah.
And then of course they have every laser light you can think of, and it's some people think it's overdone. I think it's really cool. I think it's wild. I enjoy it. And it just gets wilder and wilder every year. You know, I think it started at either Dior like 20, 25 years ago, or Stamp Auditorium. It was one of those two places. And, you know, they had a laser show. And now it is just, there's a reason people keep coming to see it. Now, there are other people that are going, oh, that's too much noise. It's so loud, and the lights and the flashing and the fire comes up, and you know, but
do they still have my Tesla coil, by the way? That was my favorite part of their show. They had this big Tesla coil in the middle with zap sparks.
Yeah. No, you know what? They
retired it.
It is now high def, where they have like it looks like a laser is welding the backdrop and stuff.
Okay.
So, but
I gotta get my hands on that Tesla coil. It was the best.
Oh, they probably have it out there. Yeah, that's old stuff now. They're way beyond the Tesla coil, man. Not cool anymore.
No.
That stuff's old. That stuff's old. But you know, they put on such a great show, and what's amazing about it is the wide demographic of people that Trans-Siberian Orchestra attracts. I mean, you have people in wheelchairs and hobbling in on walkers, and you got little kids dressed in their Christmas gear, and it encompasses everybody. And what's really kind of funny though is the band, the guitar players, and these heavy metal dudes from Sabotage. You know, and they're playing like, you know, Carol the Bells and whatever else they, you know, Christmas in Sarajevo and all that stuff. Then you got this guy with long blonde hair and leather pants, like on one knee, tilted back, playing the guitar up in the air and everything, and just, you know, just hammering these metal riffs, you know. But it's a good time. It's a good time. You know, some people, yeah, you're going to have haters on anything, but there's a reason it's been going on for 25 years and why people really look forward to it. So that was a lot of fun. And then Saturday, I was down at the Robbins Theater in downtown Warren, and they had a Bon Jovi trivia band, and they had a Whitesnake trivia band. Now, this is one of the topics I wanted to bring up today, because this is really getting, we're at a point now with classic rock that everybody's retiring. And some people are dead set against any kind of tribute bands, which I think is ridiculous. You know, first of all, if you love this music and this music has been so great and it's been around for 50 years, what are you going to do? Yeah, okay, well, it's not the original people playing and I'm not going to go see it. You know, well, then I don't know what you're going to do, because I just saw David Coverdale from Whitesnake said he's going to retire. Journey is on their final tour. I think Bon Jovi is on his last tour. And it's like, you know, guys, if you want to keep this music going, and what really caused an outrage, like on the classic rock pages right now, is that Journey and Foreigner are going out on tour this coming year. Journey and Foreigner together, and there is not one original member in either band. And some people are in an uproar. They're in a tizzy. And some people say, oh, well, these people are taking advantage of people that don't know that they're not the original guys. Okay, do you not really know that the Leonard Skinner band has been dead since, you know, Ronnie Van Zant, when was that? 74, 75, something like that? You don't know that by now? And, you know, and Foreigner, you know, I think the guys that are Foreigner now have been with the band longer than the real Foreigner was together. Hey, Arliss Walker, that's another guy I got to get on. Arliss, I am going to get you on. You are on the list. I'm going to get you in here, my brother. But like I was telling Joe a little earlier, it's a little tough for me to schedule some guests because my schedule's been a little flaky. So Arliss Walker, Southern Outlaws will be here soon. And I've always had a good time with him.
Sweet.
We better have some bourbon when Arliss comes in. Although I think he has his own brand now.
Oh,
so maybe you know what? I think that's what I'm going to start doing. Is I'm going to book guests judged on what kind of alcohol they can bring, because my cheap ass co-host here, owner of the state-of-the-art Youngstown studio, doesn't have that bottle of Buffalo Trace sitting there anymore. The rye whiskey, the rye that always was. I looked forward to that.
I know.
And it's gone.
And
it's gone.
Dr. Sue, come on, you got to get on the show. My favorite bourbon aficionado.
Right. She could be another one. So anyway, so what they're, they're saying about these bands, but I think some of these bands, I think one of the things is that the music is so good and people are so connected to this music that it brings back such great memories and makes them feel good that they want to go out to a concert and see this music live. And I almost compare it to Beethoven, right? People go to the symphony, but Beethoven's not there, right? Mm-hmm. Beethoven isn't there, but it's still the music. And I think
you personally, if I took two scenarios here,
okay,
if I used AI and holograms to recreate the original band and perform a concert versus a tribute band playing the same music, which would you pick?
The tribute band by a long shot. Okay. You want to see live musicians playing the music. That's the whole thing. I think I think we have reached a point now for some people that has superseded that it's not the original band.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people now that have been classic rock fans have resigned themselves to that fact, but they still want to go see it. And you know what? If you got these top musicians out there playing great songs, there's still something to that.
Okay.
And
so the hologram's not gonna do it. What about anthropomorphic? If I took an android,
no.
Just not
real music,
just
real music, live music, real music. You can't beat live real music.
Okay. All right.
And hey, Trenda checking in from Florida. Hopefully it's warm down there, Trenda. I know you guys had a little chilly weather. I think last week it was a little cold down there. But so anyways, these people are, just, it is like the big debate going on all the classic rock pages these days. And is there a right answer? Not really. But you know what? Here's the thing. You got to let the people decide. If it gets to the point where people are sick of it, they'll quit going and then it'll go away.
Right.
You know what? If you don't like it, don't go. But, and I think one of the things that's always bothered me is music snobs. People that think they're the God's gift of music and music critics, and they know more than anybody else. And if you don't like what they like, you're some kind of music illiterate, and, go pick your nose somewhere or whatever. Yep. I cannot stand music snobs, because music is a personal thing. It's like art. Is there anything right? Is there anything wrong? If you like something, if you like boy bands, if you like the Backstreet Boys, or if you like rap or whatever, that's up to you. If it makes you feel good, who's to tell you that that's wrong or that sucks? Maybe it's not your cup of tea. That's one thing I wish people would say. Hey, that's not my cup of tea. That's not me. That's not my style, but I see what they're doing.
But good for you for connecting with music.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And that's what music's supposed to be. It touches you in different ways. Mm-hmm. But to think that your taste in music is better than mine because you like this band, or you would go see a tribute band and I would never do that. Get off of that. Get off your soapbox or your high horse or something. Music it's a personal thing, and how it connects with you is up to you.
That's right.
And your opinion is no different or no better or no worse than anybody's. But here was the one thing I was thinking about too, since the one band they were talking about is Foreigner. And I saw Lou Gramm at the Robbins Theater a while back. Okay. And it's no secret that Lou has been through a series of health problems. And, Mick Jones, his partner, is also in terrible health. Okay. Now, when I saw the band that calls themselves Foreigner, I find them to be younger, more energetic, and they had a little more oomph. And like I say, this is no knock on Lou Gramm. I love Lou Gramm, but here's the thing. Here's another thing. Okay, Lou Gramm's what, 74 maybe, something like that? Late 60s, early 70s, I would imagine. Now, do you want this guy And I don't mean to be laughing, but here's this guy that's 70 some years old, and he's singing songs about hot-blooded, check it and see, and, let's make a secret rendezvous, and, and he's singing all these songs that are kind of like sexy. And I'm thinking, okay, does that really fit with this guy? Is he really meeting somebody for a secret rendezvous? And I'm not telling who. The guy can't, the guy's having just trouble getting around. Mm-hmm. And no knock on Lou. Lou, I love you. And the way they treated Lou and Foreigner at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was a shame. But so, I mean, is that, if somebody's coming out there doing it better, more energy, more oomph, jumping around the stage, and maybe a more convincing. I noticed that too the last time I saw Guns N' Roses. And Axl Rose was doing one of their early songs about like getting lucky in the back seat of a car, and you're sitting there and you're going, all right, Axl, you're 60 some years old. That song just don't get it for you anymore, Yep. There was just something missing from that. And that's how I kind of feel about Foreigner, I mean, you're singing Hot-Blooded, Dirty White Boy, Double Vision, all these songs. Urgent. I call you up in the middle of the night because it's urgent. And I'm thinking, when I get up in the middle of the night and it's urgent, I'm thinking I'm going to piss my pants at this point in time, And it just seems to me that there was something missing. So do you lower it and go to something missing, or do you go, hey, these new guys really sound good? These new guys got it going on.
Well, when I went to Punxsutawney, they had a Guns N' Roses cover or tribute band there, and it was 1989 Axl Rose rather than what Axl Rose looks like today.
Right.
And they did a damn good job because Axl was just known for jumping around and being high energy and whatever, and they pulled off the show.
And I'll give you another prime example of that too is it slipped my mind now. I was looking at some of the messages. TJ Johnson checking in. TJ, he hosts the Thursday night open jam night over at JR's. And he's just been through some health problems, and he's just getting back on stage. And we had a nice benefit for him not too long ago. Nice. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Jaybird, me and Jaybird haven't been out anywhere now since the weather's changed. No motorcycles going on or anything. So I don't know. That might be a good thing. It might be a bad thing. I probably needed a rest from him anyways. So, but get him. Okay. David Lee Roth. Have you seen David Lee Roth sing lately?
Yes.
I mean, it's sad. I would probably, once again, there's another guy I like. I'm a huge David Lee Roth fan. I follow him on his podcasts. I thought his podcasts were just outrageous. I like his antics. I watch all his old interviews because of his style that he had back then. But if you want to hear those songs that you really like, I think maybe the songs now are overshadowing the artist at this point. I really do. And when you see all these bands retiring and stuff, if you want to hear these, this music, and you still want to relive those days, and you want to capture that energy, and you want to capture what's going on. And what another thing too, I think, is that a lot of people don't realize is that, like Journey, all these bands, the original guys gave these people their blessing, and they're still making money off of it. Those are their songs. That's their name. That's their merchandise. I thought I saw somewhere, and maybe I misread it or whatever, but like Steve Perry makes a shit ton of money off of Journey touring. Between the royalties and the t-shirts and the merchandise, this guy sits at home and he's raking it in. He's raking it in, So I'm told. And I could be wrong. Somebody could, say, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. And
I'll look it up while you're talking.
Yeah. How much money does Stephen Perry from Journey make residuals or whatever from Journey going on tour? And I'm pretty sure he does.
I'm sorry, who was it?
Steve Perry. So that's how I look at that. And once again, it's up for you to decide. And now some bands too, I think, if they could pull it off, now like Skynyrd, I think Skynyrd really pulls it off. There's something about them that makes what they're doing legit. They have this feel. I think they have that connection. And I got to tell you, when I was at the Canfield Fairgrounds with all my buddies this past summer, Jay Bird, one of them, and we were there with a can of beer in each hand and a buzz on and just yelling "Free Bird" on top of our lungs, we had the time of our life. And everybody that left that concert, nobody went to get their money back. Nobody went and got their money back.
So he makes 50% of his net income for the first 2 tours after his departure, 25 from the third, and 12.5 from every subsequent tour. So 12% of tour revenue.
Right. So the guy stays at home, and in this final tour, look at that. What does he make?
3.5 for the residuals, 10 million for the royalties, and then solo releases about $1 million.
Okay, so Steve Perry is sitting at home, and he's making $3 million on the tour, $3 to $5 million on the tour, and his royalties from all these songwriting is $10 million a year. So this guy is sitting there, and he's raking in almost $20 million for sitting at home. Okay, so these guys want to, if he is comfortable with keeping the band going, then,
keep playing my music, guys. Keep playing it.
Yeah, like TJ said, he's never seen Skinner do a bad show. When they were at the Covelli Center, I thought they rocked. When they were at Canfield Fair, believe me, we, all our whole crew and everybody that I talked to, everybody had the time of their life at that show. Yep. So if you did, what's it to you? Yep. Don't go. You don't like it? Don't go. That's what it boils down to. And, some of them, some of these bands pull it off. One guy explained it. He says, it's like the New York Yankees. These bands are now a franchise. You still go see the New York Yankees, but when you go see the New York Yankees, guess what? Mickey Mantle ain't there anymore. It's new. But that one I think might be a little weak, because the one guy that told me that was in this one band that really had no connection or no feel to the original band. And I was kind of like, this one here is almost a ripoff. And I think a lot of those 50s and 60s bands are too. I think maybe they should phrase it a little differently, like, the music of the Spinners, or Sons of the Spinners, or things along that line. I think that would make it a little more legit. But I know it's not the real Foreigner. And something, I would not go see Journey. Well, if you want to look at Journey lineup, when they first started out, it was Ross Valerie and Ainsley Dunbar and Neil Sean and Greg Raleigh and Steve Perry. Okay, and it hasn't been that in a long time. But if people still want to go to PPG Paints Arena and hear all those great songs in a big concert setting with a state-of-the-art sound system and all the crazy lights and everything, and it brings back good memories, and you can afford it, who cares? Right? Let's have some fun. Let's rock and roll. Let's keep it going. That's another thing with me. Ashley's checking in. Hi, Ash. Let's see what else. Arliss is checking in from down in West Virginia. And Trenda, they live down in Florida by Daytona. I'd like to get down there and see them again. Last time I was down there, it's been a few years now, but man, we had some fun. But that's how I feel about the whole tribute band. If you like it, go see it. I like the music. I'm a fan of the music. I'm a fan of having a good time. I'm a fan of live bands. And if you're going to rock me, and I'm going to have a couple of beers and a shot or two, and I'm going to have a good time. That's why I see some people, and even like these music critics and stuff, they go, they're always bitching and moaning about bands and this and that. When I go to a show, I go there with one purpose in mind, to have a good time. I don't care if the band sucks. I am going there to have a good time. I'm not going to walk out. I might say, oh, that wasn't up to what I expected or whatever, but I'm still going there with one thing in mind. I'm not going to go there and critique the guy or the singer, unless it's really bad. Then you might say, you know what, that guy kind of sucked. But for the most part, it's like, I know what I'm going for. Right. I know what I'm going for, and I'm going there for a good time. So, that's the whole thing. and the songs that are playing, you know, I'll tell you, I could go see a country band. I could go see whatever. I saw Snoop Dogg. I had a fun time when I saw Snoop Dogg. I could always go for that, you know. And it's not like, oh yeah, that's this, it's that, and this, they didn't do this and they didn't do that. Hey, our friend Marlo is checking in. Marlo, get well soon. Marlo had some blockage and had a heart attack. And you know, and what was crazy about that, she was going through some medical problems. They couldn't find out what was going wrong. Well, you know, they checked everything but her ticker. And then we were at a funeral. And but now, you know, hopefully it's a good thing they found it. They caught it in time. She's still with us. And oh, speaking of which, too, poor Bernie Kosar.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Bernie, I'm glad he got his new liver today. That poor guy, just watching his videos and stuff. You want to talk about a guy that has maintained a positive attitude, though. I mean, he, you know, and thinking of other people and stuff like that. And, you know, I might be in bad shape, but there's other people out there you got to think of and everything.
Yeah,
so
that's after he had his liver transplanted. He pops out of bed
yes.
and starts making everybody watch and feel good about themselves.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you, I love what Bernie's doing, and man, I hope he gets well soon, man. And you know what? And Marlo, if there's anything I could do for you, Marlo, and you know, she was always the first one to help out, no matter what. If there's a benefit or something, you know, Marlo and Jeff are always right there and always willing to help. Always. Hey, the Hogs checking in. What's up, Hogs? New smoky banana flavor. Okay.
Yeah, he was just he sent me a text message with a picture of his drink. So he's bragging on that he's got some good liquor in front of him.
Okay, so it's called Old Smoky Banana Flavor. Took his mom a red Solo cup, and she's a Smoky fan. How old's Hoag's mom now? She's in her 80s, right? Yeah.
I'm guessing, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Her and Hoag's dad, good people. Very good.
Can I throw a plug out there real quick?
Yeah.
Our friend BJ.
Yeah.
Turbo Lovers did an album release today.
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked that out yet, go hook up a brother.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to get BJ on the show.
Yeah. Talk about
Hey,
his album.
speaking of which, another guy I got to give a shout out to, and this is somebody that BJ had on his show not too long ago. Dave Lisco from the Infidels has a solo song out called Ordinary. The video is just unbelievable, and this is one of the best songs that's out there. So if I could ask you to do a favor, check out my buddy David Lisco and check out the song Ordinary and check out the video. And it is sounded really good. I mean, it is as good as anything that's out there right now. No doubt about it. And of course, he's with the Infidels. They had their album release party a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And that was pretty good too. Candace Campana, our good friend, opened for them. Oh, no. I think the Jelly Bricks opened for them. And the new Infidels album is also just fantastic. It's this great music. And, you know, those guys, they just ruled the like alternative scene back in the day of the Cedars, man. I mean, they were, and they're still so good. I mean, you know what though? But see, there's another thing, man. You got to go out and see some bands like that. You know, it's okay.
Local music.
You know what?
Absolutely.
You know, if you want to, if you're looking for something different, you know, go out and check out bands like the Infidels and look up Dave Lisco and some of those people, man. I mean, there's good music out there to be had. Nowadays, you just got to look for it, you know, which I think that's also part of the problem is the demise of the record labels. Because some people always looked at the record labels as like Satan and, you know, they use the artists and they burn them up and they do this and they do that. Well, you know what, though? The record labels and the record industry had what it takes to make stars. They had the promotion behind them and they were able. They had the muscle, they had the money that once they got behind some people, they really had the ability to make stars. You know, that's what they did. That's what their business was. And that's really lacking right now. You know, I see like guys like Arliss or somebody like, you know, Dave Lisco or even the Infidels, they're putting out this great music, but it's hard to get it. There's so much clutter out there. You got to cut through all this clutter where, you know, the record companies back in the day, if they really got behind you, they had a way of pushing you and getting you airplay. And of course, radio's changed the way they do things. We do things. And,
is there anybody doing like the homegrown show like Vike used to do?
No, not right now. And we're really lacking with that.
Right.
Vike really had it going on with that. I mean, the homegrown show was really, really good. Really good.
Might have to do a segment with music, put it separate from this, because obviously they'll tag us.
Well, you know what I was thinking about doing too, and I want to get this because so many of my friends are putting out this music. I think even on my, on the Y103 webpage, and it makes it difficult for us. We're classic rock, okay? Right. So we're kind of out of the picture in some ways, but we're also able to promote our artists through our social media, through like our podcast here and stuff. So we're still trying to give what we can give. It might not be we're going to play your record every single day, but at least we're helping get your name out there, spreading the word one way or another.
Right.
And that's how I look at it. So I think we still try to do that. But I was just thinking about this today. I just want to get my webpage and every week do the cut of the week or whatever, the local artists, or throw 5 of them up there. Hey, here's my top 5 for this week. Check out these videos.
That would be amazing.
It's Arliss Walker. It's the Infidels. It's Candace Campana. It's the Turbo Lovers. It's Apocalyptic Lovers. All these people are out there putting out this great music, and I want to help more. I really do.
Let's do it. Let's put a little simple project together.
And do it like, all right, hey man, here's the top 5 this week. Charlie Barat. Remember Charlie Barat, the blues guy with the harmonica? He's got some new stuff out now that's really, really good. And Leanne Binder's always working on something, and Rama. And, we have so many people out there that are really sticking to the dream, but it's kind of hard to get it across, Vindies, I think if the record labels were like they were 20 years ago, the Vindies would be one of the biggest bands in the country.
Absolutely national.
They would be national all the way.
Yep.
And then, of course, though, when you look at it too, the record companies have screwed people over as well. I mean, they've helped people get to the top, and they could knock you down just as quick. Look at the Michael Stanley Band. Perfect example. They were going along pretty good, and then the guy that signed you to the record label, all of a sudden he gets fired. And now they're on to some other band, or some new band comes out. Like, look when the hair bands were cooking, and all of a sudden grunge come out, and then they got rid of all the hair bands and just started booking, signing grunge bands. And so they go with the trends. So they might have you there for a little bit. And to me, it's amazing on some of these people that have had a 40, 50-year career in the music business. Do you realize how lucky you have to be, or blessed, or whatever? It's, now see, look at all the songs that Turbo Lovers have. But see, you had to go look for that. You had to go this and this and this. A lot of times people need that stuff just handed to them. They need it put right in their face. Right. You got to drop it in my lap, or I'm not putting that much effort into it.
Yeah, and that's what was great about what Vike did, because he got behind it. He told stories about it. You connected with the music that he was playing, and that's so important.
Right. And he would go out to all the shows where these guys were playing, whether it was at the Oaks, West Side Bowl, University Pizza when that was going. And, you would just go out and be a part of the scene too, And that's, that goes back to the old days of, and I still think I'm a part of the scene, I mean, the scene ain't the same, but, you're still a part of it, and you try to do what you can. And, you want to promote live music, and we want people to come out and rock and roll and have a good time. And, so that part's not going to change.
Right.
That part's not going to change, but everything else has changed. And, it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is, and things just keep on changing. Now, getting back to another thing, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions were a couple of weeks ago, and they inducted Bad Company, finally. They inducted Joe Cocker, finally. They inducted Warren Zevon, finally. And this is a big sticking point right now. And Dennis DeYoung from Styx made a statement that's really picking up some traction on social media and just out there. Why is it that Bad Company, why is it that Joe Cocker, who's been dead for many years, why is it that Warren Zevon, who has been gone also for a lot of years, is just now getting in and never had a chance to get the recognition they deserved? But you got people in there like Kool and the Gang before them. Biggie Smalls, how could Biggie Smalls be in before Bad Company? Missy Elliott is in before Joe Cocker. I mean, please. I mean, that's a disservice. And that's the thing. It's like all these rock guys are getting in. Jimmy Buffett, he didn't get in until he was gone. If he didn't pass away, he probably still wouldn't be in. Yep. And all these people should get this recognition. But instead, it's like, okay, or like Foreigner. Mick Jones was in bad health and the way they treated Foreigner, and you know why? They didn't want them old guys up there. They wanted younger, flash. They wanted people up there that, hey, look at me, hey, some energy, some youth,
right?
But that's why I just look at some of these people that are on there that, why did it take Ozzy Osbourne this long to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
After he passes.
Yeah, well, he got in before, but not long after.
Yep.
If he didn't get in this year, he would have never saw it.
Yep.
If he didn't get in 2024, he wouldn't have seen it this year.
Yep.
And there's a guy that deserves to have their day in the sun. And wouldn't you like to see these guys perform maybe when they still had a little zip left, a little oomph, a little something that they could at least come out and wow you with 2 songs to show you what they had, And it's just, Duran in before Joe Cocker. Really? A guy that was at Woodstock? A guy that stole the show at Woodstock? I mean, it's to me, Kool and the Gang, Okay, DJ Kool Herc. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Kool Herc and Don Cornelius are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Kate Bush before Bad Company. And what happened now? Paul Rogers couldn't come to the induction ceremony because he's in bad health. And Mick Ralphs, the guitar player, passed away a couple of months ago. So you don't get a chance to see this guy one more time to come out there. I'll tell you. I don't know. Oh, my sister Lenny's checking in. Hi, Lenny. Carter Stone checking in. How are you? How are you, man? Carter, good to see you checking in. Yeah, Joe is here nonstop, Carter. He is.
Yep.
He can't get enough of it. And you know what, Joe or Carter, and he drank all the booze. I get here, I got to bring my own bottle. It's BYOB. That isn't used to how it used to be on the Fast Freddy show.
No, there used to be a bottle
right
all the time.
Right, sitting right there. Yeah. Sometimes 2.
Yeah.
And a well-stocked refrigerator of, this import, that import, this craft beer. Hey, let's give Birdfish a little plug. They have this raspberry.
Now I got 3-year-old expired beer in there. And that's what we got to choose from around here.
Oh, man, I don't know.
We do need a beer sponsor. And Penguin City, we talked them up here. Let's get Penguin City on the wall somewhere.
Mm-hmm. You know who else I was thinking? That ABC liquor store right around the corner from here.
Yeah.
I love that place. That is one of the best liquor stores in town. They're right around the corner. And I mean, for us to get back, people like when we do our recipes and stuff, and they don't have to give us a whole bottle of something, give us a couple little mini bottles or, something like, hey, this is something you might want to try or get the word out on this, because, we haven't had any drink recipes in ages and people love those. They're still talking about the chocolate crown.
Yeah. I brought the simple syrup down, so I'm ready for you.
Oh, okay. So we can go mojitos with the simple syrup. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we could do that. I think we could go mojitos with the simple syrup.
But I'll stock the bar. That'll be my Christmas gift to you.
Okay, there we go.
We'll have this.
But yeah, we really do need a liquor store and a brew pub. Or I should probably well I like Penguin City because they're downtown and they're in our neighborhood.
Right.
And that's why I kind of like the A and B because they're right here.
Right.
Because I know some other people that have great brew pubs and my buddy Larry at Biker Brew House and stuff. But I kind of like to keep it that downtown thing, if it makes sense, because we're all here in the neighborhood. We're all neighbors, Speaking of the neighborhood, have you been seeing the AI stuff that they've been putting out with Mr. Rogers and like Tupac and stuff?
Yes.
How this AI stuff has gone through the roof.
Yes.
I mean, it is just so crazy. Oh, now it's Bob Barker. They're on Bob Barker. There are so many crazy Price is Right AI generated things that look so real. It just cracks me up. Bob Barker's got a million of them out there now, and it's
hilarious.
It's just too much, man. It is just so funny the stuff that they're doing.
I'm going to make an AI song for you. So buy me some time here, and I'm going to make the Fast Freddy.
You're going to make me a song.
I am.
As we sit here.
See,
this is another thing that just scares me is that people. Oh, you know what else they're doing right now?
What's that?
That's really crazy. I think it's called banned vinyl.
Okay.
And they have come up with these dirty, filthy songs, but they're like in like it'll be like a Motown song, and they'll have three the Supremes looking 60s on the cover, and it'll look like an old record album, and they'll be singing this like filthy, dirty song to like a Motown thing, and it looks so original and so real, and you're looking at it and you're going, or they'll do an old country song, and it'll just be filthy. And you're going, what the heck is, not that I sit there and watch every one that comes across my phone. Okay. So should we say what you just did?
Go ahead.
Okay. Joe just put in, this is called Suno, right?
Yes.
Suno, S-O-N-O. And it says song description, make a Fast Freddy ballad about his red scarf and drinking beer and dreaming about riding his motorcycle.
Okay. And now we're going to get a 1 minute sampling of that ballad here.
Okay. And this is instantly. You just put this in and we're going to have a song.
We're going to have a song.
It's called Fast Freddy's Red Scarf. I like it already. This is me, man. It's like highway song. Wow. Holy shit. That is badass.
Dude, you were jamming.
Oh, I love that. That was perfect. That was me right there.
Yep.
Wow. Man.
Sorry, TJ, I can't play it. So it was only for our enjoyment. But
yeah. Okay. Yeah. We couldn't put that on there because of the copyrights and stuff, but oh man, I'll tell you what, that was badass.
In 30 seconds.
Holy cow.
It assembled the band.
Unbelievable. Oh, we're in such big trouble, man.
Yep.
We are in such big trouble. Yeah, we couldn't play it over the air. That was just kind of for me and Joe. Unfortunately, he just wanted to give me a sample because of the copyrights and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that stuff's all copyrighted too. You know, that's copyrighted by the AI people.
Yep, exactly.
And I'm sure, remember when people were watermarking photos and busting people for stealing them and that kind of stuff. Remember even like radio companies, iHeart and Cumulus and all these people, we were getting busted because somebody was using photos on their Facebook page or on their website that, for a minute there, everybody thought, oh, it's online. And they'll just put it on there, and here all of a sudden some of these things, people were deliberately watermarking them, and then they were turning around and suing all these big companies and stuff. And even people using them, they went on a rampage there for a while, and people finally caught on to that. But yeah, same with this. You start using that stuff and it's not your work, you could still get in trouble, I would imagine.
Right.
Yep.
Now, if I paid for it and licensed it, then it would be ours and we could do stuff with it. But
yeah,
they hold that pretty tight.
Right. So another way for them guys to make
Red
some
Scarf
money
song,
too.
That
the
might go
Red
platinum,
Scarf
baby.
song was just, oh my, you know what? That was killer.
In 30 seconds, man.
And then my brother, you know, he discovered some AI stuff, and it was like, you know, one of them was really kind of scary because it was just a picture of me, him, and my dad. And it was like, it made my dad come to life. Just even for that 30 seconds, 20 seconds. And it was like, it freaked me out and made me cry. It was like, holy shit, he's, you know, and just the way the look on his face changed and everything. He turns around, like kind of hugged my brother. And it was like, oh man, that's weird. They did another one with me at a fish fry, frying up fish on the fryer and everything. And Trump comes out of nowhere and just starts beating my ass, you know? And you can see the expressions on my face are changing, and I'm backing off, and he's throwing haymakers and stuff.
Man.
And then there was another one where our whole family was standing there, and then Trump comes in and shakes everybody's hand. Just from a still picture.
Isn't that crazy?
And it looked real. It looked real. And then what was another one? Oh, there's another one. We were standing there, and it was like something come down, like a rope come down from the ceiling, and then lightning flash, and then I went flying up out of the picture like on a rocket ship. And and once again, it looked real. It looked really real. Yeah. Okay. Carter Stone lives in Braidstown, Kentucky, bourbon capital of the world, and he will send us a bottle. Nice. Absolutely. Yeah.
I got to get down there again, down to Kentucky, and do the bourbon trail, and yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, a lot of stupid criminals in the news lately too. I got to bust out. I got these on my phone, but some of these here are just so insane. And you know, lately I've been doing Florida man or Ohio man, you know, because we're closing the gap.
Yes,
we definitely are. We are closing the gap. Here's one that somebody sent me today. And let's see here. Where we at here? Oh, okay. This one here. Okay. Florida man or local? White sedan driven recklessly with nude occupants. Police were searching for a white Toyota sedan that was seen driving. The front occupants were nude and watching adult videos on their phone while traveling at 65 miles per hour. And there was a New York Yankees bumper sticker on the back of the car. Now, in this case, I'm thinking Yankees had nothing to do with baseball.
Nope.
You know, nope. I think that was a warning. Okay. So is that Florida man, or is that something that happened around here?
I'm going to say around here, because going 65 miles an hour, they don't travel 65 miles around
yeah, anyplace else. That's the giveaway. You're pretty smart. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That happened on I-80 westbound near 422 in Girard.
Wow.
And you know what? If I would have known that they could see inside my car like that, I promise I wouldn't have done it.
Yep.
You know, that was my bad, and I apologize. Yeah, I don't want you to come pull up next to me with your kids, but then again,
I respect your privacy.
Yeah,
whatever you do over there.
That's right, man. Hey, you know what? Trucker clock, who wants it?
What did I see? Naked Bowling posted from you the other day.
Oh yeah, Naked Bowling in Pittsburgh. They had that last weekend at some bowling alley in Pittsburgh. And of course, that's one of those that just writes itself with the ball washer and, you know, getting caught in the ball return.
They call it balls out, right? Like that was
balls out. Yeah, balls out bowling. And, you know, kind of dabbling in some of that stuff just for work purposes. Most of the time, the people that you probably don't want to see with no clothes on are the people that show up for that kind of stuff. Although this is one thing that, you know, besides being on a Jerry Springer show, that has been on my list of things that I wanted to do for years. I never had a chance to go to the Super Bowl of nude volleyball over at the White Thorn Lodge in Darlington, Pennsylvania. It's worldwide. It's world renowned, and I have never had a chance to go there. And because they have it on Labor Day weekend, and you always got the fair and stuff. I always have something Labor Day weekend, and I have been dying to go to the Super Bowl of nude volleyball in Darlington. It's, you know, something wild. But yeah, that was one that's, yeah, the people there, it's not Playboy Playmates prancing around as you have envisioned in your mind.
Yep.
And it's probably more dudes than chicks.
I bet. Yep.
Because they're there hoping to see, when Miss Nude Universe strolls in to play volleyball,
Yep.
when all those girls you see on those college beach volleyball teams decide to take it all off and come out and show their stuff, that's what everybody's looking for. And I'm gonna bet I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
The samplings are going to be really slight on the 10s, right?
I'm gonna say so. Yeah. What was another one here today? I had a whole bunch of them. Well, you see that one guy cleaned his shotgun, and why he loaded it back up, I don't know. He wanted to be ready. Got shotgun was clean, loaded back up, set it on the bed. His dog jumped up on the bed and shot him.
Oh, man.
That happened to some dude a few years ago, too, that was deer hunting. He got a deer, threw it in the back of his pickup, threw the shotgun in the back there. Deer wasn't dead, kicked the shotgun, blasted right through the back of the pickup truck and took the dude out.
Wow.
Deer got its last revenge, man.
Yes, he did. Man.
And then, how about this one? Happened over on the east side on Friday. Somebody threw all that prop money out the window.
Yep.
hundreds of fake $100 bills on Elbert Street in the middle of the afternoon.
And it was panic. It was chaos. Just people grabbing
because
fistfuls.
that's what everybody's sitting there waiting for that moment. You've been waiting for this moment all your life for the free money to just come out of the sky, and you can stop and pick it up as much as you can grab.
Think how disappointing that is when you get home and say,
"Yeah,
what?
You went from the Christmas miracle to the April Fools in like 30 seconds."
So mean, so
But
cool.
I'll tell you, that's another thing. Have you ever seen some of that prop money?
Yes.
I mean, I have one, and I was thinking about just throwing it away because I don't want to accidentally get it mixed in because it looks that real.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see how if people aren't checking, you could probably pass a few of those.
I've seen it right where it says Federal Reserve. It says prop money, but the rest of it looks identical.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. But I wish there was a video of that one. The mad scramble for the fake money on Elbert Street.
Has anybody claimed responsibility?
Well, I should just for the hell of it. It's sitting there. It's sitting there. Why? It's sitting right there. The ball's on the tee. Why don't I just claim it?
Right. Right. There's no jail time for that. It was a prank.
Right. Yeah.
You might get your ass beat by a couple of those people who had their Christmas list being put together.
Fortunately, I don't go to Elbert Street too often, so I don't have a lot of business on Elbert Street or any of those in that area. So I'm not at the Big Apple gas station on the corner of McGuffey very often. So, although it's kind of close to the Royal Oaks, I have to watch myself. But yeah, that I was thinking about that. I was going, do I take credit or do I just let it go?
I think you should try.
I know. There was something else that happened the other day that I was going to take credit for, and I can't remember what it was, but it was something so crazy and so off the hook. I was just thinking, I should just say that was me. Oh, I know what it was. There's this little bit of Youngstown folklore. And back, I don't know if you remember Barney Bean. Okay, Barney Bean was on Channel 33, and he was like the host of the after school. They played cartoons, and then he would come in and do something, and they would bring like Cub Scouts in, and you would sit in the audience, and they would, ask you your name. And he had this ventriloquist dummy named Sherwood the City Slicker. So you had Barney Bean, and he wore this crazy hat that was like the brim of the hat was flipped up, and he had this big safety pin holding up the front of the hat. And he would do this stuff where if it was your birthday, he would write your initials and then draw a picture out of it. And, you would see him, and he would write, JD. And the next thing you know, it'd be, doodling around and stuff, and turn it around, and it would be a picture of like a guy or something. And I always wanted one of those for my birthday. Every time, it's like, oh, Barney Bean would ever just draw me one of those pictures, I would be king shit. That would have been it. So there's this, supposedly this happened And so I guess they had they were interviewing the Cub Scouts in the audience. Okay. And they had Ronald McDonald on there because I think Barney Bean played Ronald McDonald too. So, hey, what's your name? Hey, little Carter was on Barney Bean. Much props, man. So the story goes that this little kid's on there from the Cub Scouts, and he comes over. Hey, what's your name? Oh, I'm Johnny. Oh, hey, Johnny, nice to see you. Nice to meet you. And he goes, hey, I got a joke for you. He goes, okay. And the little kid goes, how's a woman like a frying pan? And he goes, I don't know. How's a woman like a frying pan? And then the kid goes, because they both got to be hot before you put in the meat. And then they said, that's not round. That's not nice. And then the kid goes, eat it, clown. And then they went to a commercial and the kid was gone. And I was thinking I should just claim to be that kid. And I might be giving it away here. Now I can't do it because I said it, but I was sitting there thinking it's because he's never come forward. You're a Youngstown legend. I mean, you deserve the credit, And then I thought, why don't I just say that was me? You
still do it. We won't tell. We won't give you up on it.
Right. We only got a few thousand people be hearing this, but but
it's an inside.
But why don't I go around and proclaim that was me?
Do you remember what he looks like? Does he resemble you at all? Could you pull it off?
There's no proof of this anywhere.
Zero.
Yeah. This is just Youngstown folklore.
Okay.
And I was thinking that the other day. I said I should just claim this. I could be the kid.
You could be.
That was me. But I was thinking that. And so the same thing goes with the money on Elbert Street. I did it.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Yep.
How do you like me now? Or you make it a thing. Where's the next fake money drop going to be?
Mm-hmm.
When's the next one going to happen? When is somebody going to go down the street with like 500-600 fake $100 bills and just toss them out of the window?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking Wilson Avenue would be the next one.
Get them.
Market Street. Mahoning Avenue.
We're plotting here, guys.
By the Circle K. Oh, man. Yeah, that could be a thing. And you could have the reputation as being the mad money man.
Mm-hmm.
You could even taunt the authorities online with some kind of grainy video. Kind of like like the Joker or like the Riddler looked on Batman with a green suit with money signs all over it and just a little thing over your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Voice distortion.
Yeah.
A little AI distortion. It's the money man.
I'll make it go on everybody's TV so they have to watch it. Yeah.
Where's the money man gonna strike next? I got $100 bills, kiddies.
Wilson Avenue will have baseball bats 24/7 waiting on you.
That could be something that could really take off. The throwing of the fake money to cause a frenzy. Mm-hmm. You would get arrested at some point. But you know what? Back in the day, I used to do that stuff and get arrested. It was all part of the fun. It was part of the fun.
What would it? Public disturbance? What would they get you for?
Yeah. Well, what are they going to do? Fine you $100, $150, and
go before the judge, let them lambast you a little bit.
Yeah. And then the publicity you get out of that is worth thousands.
Yep.
That's like when I got busted for fishing in Meander. That was so big that, and what did it cost? I was on probation for like 6 months and, $150 fine. But you know what? The problem is nowadays, like the radio corporations don't want to screw with that anymore. They don't want to lose their license. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. And, but back then, man, I mean, the radio station would pay the fine, it'd be like,
so much publicity from
so
it. They
awesome,
were loving it.
Susie Sidesaddle was on too. She was on Channel 21. She was another early 60s kids show host. I think they played some cartoons and Romper Room. I always wanted to be on Romper Room too. And another bone I have to pick with Romper Room is they never called my name at the end.
Never.
they would hold up the mirror and she'd go, oh, I see all the good boys and girls out there. You know, I see Susie and I see Joey and Linda and Patty.
Never
and I'm
you.
like, me.
She could never see you.
Never saw me.
That
and she had
the
it was magic.
I don't
it was
think
a magic
really
mirror.
I
Yeah.
don't think it really worked.
It was a magic mirror. She saw those other kids. So I don't know. I felt this because of that.
Yeah.
You know, so let me get to a couple of these other stupid criminals in the news. But yeah, I think the money man could be a good gimmick, man. Boy, you could wreak havoc all over the place. Or is it wreak havoc? Wreak havoc. Wreak havoc?
Wreak havoc.
Yeah, wreak havoc. Okay. All right. Now all of a sudden, the Samuel Adams must be kicking in because I'm actually thinking, am I saying words properly? You know, what
don't tell yourself, man.
Where do you? I'm putting all this pressure on me. Wait, so there was a couple of good ones here, and I got that I wanted to save for today. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. Democrat Representative Brad Sherman denies looking at porn on a flight. He blamed the X algorithm for putting the pictures on his iPad.
Did you see it, by the way? Did you see the picture of him?
No.
Oh, dude, he got it in his lap, clear as day. He's scrolling through it. He didn't get algorithm. Let me see if I can find it real quick because you got to see it.
So he was gawking like the dude that one time they got in the men's room when he said he had a wide stance and somebody was tapping their foot. Remember that whole like kind of scandal?
What was that dude's name? I forget.
What did I say? Brad Sherman denies looking at. Yeah, he said it was the algorithm. I hate when that happens to me. Hey, keep that in mind. This guy. Oh, look at this guy. If this guy ain't looking at dirty pictures on a plane, nobody is.
All right, here he is right here. Is that just an algorithm problem?
No, that's like, damn. No way. But hey, keep that in mind, folks. If you get busted like that, yeah. Hey, it was Elon Musk and X put that on my phone.
Look at his mouth. Look at that expression.
Yeah, that guy's like,
he's not saying like, why did?
Oh yeah. Oh, boobs and puss. Ooh.
But he had to say that. I mean, he got busted.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
It's not like, yeah.
Another one. I'm going to have to use this one on the air tomorrow, so I'm not going to give away where the location was. Driver with prior DUI crashed into another car while trying to urinate in a beer can.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
I don't like to use the beer can, though. You could get that
Sliced
self-circumcision. That's a little, he must have been drunk to use the beer can.
Right.
I would rather use a potato chip bag before I went down the razor sharp beer can thing. No need to rear end the car and give yourself a circumcision. The Lorena Bobbitt thing all over again, man. Okay, here's another guy. Oh, his quote to the police was, I think I'm going to jail for an effing long time. You know what? I got to see where that guy was from. The suspense is killing me. Oh, where did he go? Come back. Yeah, we gotta see where that one's from. I like when they put that on there. Okay, driver trying to. Why is this keep? Okay, one more time here. But yeah, I got to see where that one was just for.
I'm gonna take a guess on that. So you need to piss in a beer can. Probably on a long stretch of roads. There's no gas stations. I'm gonna say either Pennsylvania or West Virginia.
All right. For some reason, I cannot get this to pop up. Oh, I'm looking at these videos. You're not going to believe what Elon Musk has put on my phone. I'm sorry, Joe. Here, look at this one. This is terrible. How do I get it off of there? Joe, you're the computer
Montana.
guy. Montana. Okay, Montana. Well, that's you were thinking right though. You were thinking right. You're out there. First of all, I think if I was in Montana, I'd just pull over in peace somewhere.
Right. There ain't no cars in any direction.
Well, obviously there was a cop around there. Obviously there was a cop. And then another one here. The headline says Golden State Killer may only have been caught because of his micro penis. It gave him away.
Double insult right there. Double insult.
You know what that story reminds me of is when they had the Beulah Ball Breaker. What was that? Was that Porky's when they were peeking in there or something?
I think that was Porky's. Yeah.
It was that Porky's, and Beulah Ball Breaker comes out there and she wants to have a lineup because she's seen it, and she's like demanding that the principal make them all pull down their pants. They don't make movies like that either anymore, man. Those used to be great. Yeah, so that's a good one. They also said there was another story. It must have been a slow news week, or Viking Jim has a job at the as a reporter, because they said scientists have revealed that Adolf Hitler had a micro penis and one ball. Who knew?
Interesting.
And they just break that out now in 2025, but, and then, it's like, really? They think that might be the root of some of his anger.
Maybe.
Or the lack of a root.
I think it was meth, anger. But small penis would do it too.
Yeah, right, exactly. And one ball, Do you really need two though? I mean, come on. But so that was some of the stupid criminals in the news. There was another one too that I'm trying to figure out what it was. But yeah, they just continue on, man. It's been kind of slow lately, but now it seems to be making a comeback. And I think a lot of that has to deal with what's happening in the national news. When there's so much national news, all this Florida man stuff and everything gets brushed aside. So when they get these slow news days, then they come out with the good stuff.
Yeah.
Wrestling fans, on this date of 1990, right up the street, Beagley Center, WWF Championship title match, the Ultimate Warrior versus Randy Macho Man Savage. Intercontinental title match, the Texas Tornado against Mr. Perfect. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, was in Youngstown, and he took on the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. The Big Boss Man took on Bobby the Brain Heenan. Boy, we used to have some great matches at Beagley Center, man. There were some excellent ones. I think they did one Monday Night Raw there. And yeah, as a matter of fact, the one they did there, this guy proposed to his wife there on live national TV. And and Jerry the King Lawler was just brutal making fun of her. I mean, he was calling her a dog, and I mean, the stuff that he was saying, it was crazy. And I think I ran into that guy one day when I was talking about it, and I think they got divorced after that. Not right after that, but the marriage didn't last. The WWE proposal didn't match. Mega Millions yesterday, I had all the numbers.
All the numbers.
Except they were all in different lines. That doesn't work. That's the closest I've ever come. That is the closest I ever came to winning. If you want to look up something, and I know we can't play this too because of copyrights. If you get a second, look up Burt Parks sings Wings Let 'Em In at the 1976 Miss America pageant. It is the most bizarre thing that you will ever see, and it was meant to be serious at the time. It's just freaky. So keep that in mind, folks. Burt Parks sings Wings Let 'Em In 1976 Miss America pageant.
Okay.
You'll just shake your head. Hey, Linda Carson checking in. How you doing, Linda? TJ mentioning, so we're talking about TV people, like local TV personalities. The KBN kid was a good friend of mine, Pat Belon. He was a midget, and he was E.T. He was E.T.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
That was E.T.?
Yeah. E.T.'s from Youngstown.
Wow.
Yeah, he was E.T. And just a really nice person. He was a bouncer for a while at the Orange Room in Austintown.
Nice.
And you know what? It worked out pretty good because, you know, nobody got a chance to, you know, if a midget comes up to you and says, all right, guys, knock it off. Are you going to get like a hard ass with a midget?
People probably do. It's probably I wouldn't know. He'd kick my
but
ass.
it's probably disarming.
Yeah,
you know,
it
you
is.
probably look, haha, you know,
Yeah.
it was probably disarming. Ashley went to one of her birthdays one time and got to meet Dude Love. Yeah, Dude Love, and well, of course, that's Mankind, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, and I'll tell you what, he was a really good dude. I'll tell you, Mick Foley, man, great guy, great guy. I had a chance.
I got a prank idea for you, by the way. It just
Oh,
hit
okay.
me.
Yeah.
So we'll get a bunch of lottery tickets printed with the winning numbers from yesterday, and then we'll leave those lottery tickets around. Somebody finds it, looks it up, and find out that's a winning ticket. That would be cruel.
Oh,
That
yeah.
would be mean.
Yeah. Oh, that's in my list of April Fool's jokes.
Nice.
That one always works. You wait until 6 o'clock. You get the winning numbers. You fill out one of those cards, and you just set it there with a bunch of different tickets, and you throw it out there, and what? Then you got to sit there and say, do I say April Fools or do I run away and then like text April Fools? You know, you want to get far away.
Yep.
You know, that happened to me one time. I was at the Ice House, and it was around Christmas time. And this is, I think, when Keno first came out, and there was just this whole section of the bar, and it was kind of like a lotto party. You know, we're drinking and people are, you know, we're even kicking in and buying lotto tickets. And hey, what do you think? A $20 ticket? Yeah, we'll throw $5 a piece or whatever, stuff like that. And everybody had their stack, and we're sitting there scratching and everything. And so then, you know, the guy from the lotto comes in, and he's there to refill the machines. And since it was the holiday season, he was like handing out free tickets too to everybody. You know, I come in, hey, a little promo. Hey, here's a couple for you, couple for you. So I get mine. I put them in the stack. And next thing you know, I'm scratching. 25,000. 25,000. 25,000. Now my heart is pounding, right? And I'm kind of sitting there, right? And I got all these people around me. And then I said, I got to step outside because I didn't have my glasses and it was kind of dark in there. And I wanted to see this in the light, you know, and I didn't want to start yelling in a bar, hey, I got a $25,000 ticket and I'm getting parked right out front. I'm way in the back in the last row. So, you know, I'm kind of keeping my wits about me, but I'm shaking. I'm like, holy fuck. I can see the Harley shop right up the street. I think I'm taking this down here right now, and I'm getting a new bike right this minute. $25,000. I can't believe it. And I'm thinking, that's where these tickets come from. The guy from the lotto. They probably slipped him a couple of big ones for the holiday to make the promotion really big, get some extra publicity and stuff. All these thoughts are going through my head, and I'm looking at it. And I just walked back in nonchalantly like nothing happened. Well, everybody knows it's a fake, right? So I'm just sitting there and going, you doing okay? Going, yeah, I'm doing all right. So you winning anything? You know, a couple bucks here and there like everybody else. Oh, okay. Then, you know, is that all you got? $10 or something there? I go, listen, man, don't say a word to anybody because I got to get out of here. I hit for 25 grand. Don't say anything. And then everybody just go, look at the ticket, dumbass. And the laughter was at a peak roar, you know. And I'm like, oh, you guys got me so bad. So then a couple nights later, I'm up there and I'm doing trivia. And I said, boy, wouldn't this be funny? You know, because I give out a lot of lotto tickets. If I just slid one of these in the stack to whoever answers the trivia question. some truck driver hit it,
Oh no.
scratched it off. And I mean, we had to drag the guy out to keep him from beating my ass. This guy did not take that as a funny joke at all.
Nope.
This guy was steaming. I mean, he had to be drug out of there. That's how pissed he was. And then after that, I said, you know what? I'm not doing the fake lotto ticket anymore. But I was even like, oh no, man, this dude wants a fight. And he was pissed. He was a big dude. And it was just like, oh, it's a joke, man. Oh, you're him like, oh man. I mean, I was lucky we got that guy out of there and he didn't come back, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a little dicey there for a few minutes.
That's
man.
so mean. So freaking mean.
Yeah, you have to do that under the right circumstances. But yeah, I thought I had this, and like I say, I had the awareness that I don't want to sit there, like I said, because especially back when the ice house was really jamming and being next to the truck stops and stuff, you don't know who's hanging out in there,
Right.
and the place was packed, and and so yeah, I just put that thing in my pocket, and they go, yeah, and then when I say, hey, let me see that, you go, take a good look at that. Like, you son of a bitch.
Your brain was already picking out the color
Yeah,
of the bike.
yeah. I was visioning myself riding down the strip in Geneva on the lake on a brand new motorcycle
With the red scarf flying.
Yeah,
in
the red
wind.
scarf was flying in the wind, and that's what I thought. And it was like, oh, this ain't going that way.
Nope.
This is not going this way at all. And it was a big letdown because I had the thoughts that were racing through my head in such a short period of time. And that was one thing I just like, oh, I could see me now coming in the strip at Geneva on a brand new bike. Yeah, I'm bad. Yeah, hell yeah. Check it. Boom, boom, boom. Check it out, bitches. Oh, that one did kind of hurt though, but. And like I say, then my attempt to share that humor and share that funny stuff.
They got you good. You felt the sting.
And then I almost got my ass kicked by some irate truck driver for trying the same prank a couple days later in the exact same place. I've been nursing this too much. It's actually warm.
Is it really?
We should put these in the fridge.
Well, you're donating that to the studio?
Yeah, you know what? I am. Yes, I am.
You are such a generous guy.
I'm going to take one more.
Okay.
But these 4 beers are my contribution since we have nothing here to drink.
Well, thank you.
I mean, you know what?
All of us tomorrow morning will thank you for those 4 beers.
Those weren't there for well, yeah, go ahead. I mean, if I can't buy everybody a beer, what the hell?
Well, everyone thanks you.
There we go. And I'll have to tune in to see if I notice any effects of alcohol. But with the shows you got on here in the morning, that would be difficult to
Very
tell.
difficult. Very difficult.
I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't know if I'm not really sure. Oh, here's a funny one somebody just sent me. This is funny. All right. All right, somebody sent this to me, and it says, now for a little humor. I guess I didn't bring any humor, that now they're helping me along.
Your friends.
We're going to help you. We're going to help you here. How
away.
about if we send you some funny stuff? And I see you're dying over there. So how about we throw something on for you? All right. Only in America do drugstores make the sick walk all the way to the back of the store to get their prescriptions. Well, healthy people can buy cigarettes right up front.
Yep.
Let's see. Only in America do we leave cars worth thousands of dollars in the driveway and put all our useless junk in the garage.
It's true.
That's me for sure. Filled to the top. Did you ever wonder why the sun lightens your hair but darkens your skin? Well, you're, that one doesn't resonate with you. Did you ever wonder why you never see the headline that says "Psychic wins lottery"? Did you ever wonder why abbreviation is such a long word?
Good point.
Did you ever wonder why it is that doctors still call what they do practice?
Scary as shit.
Yeah. One of these days we're going to get it right. Practice makes perfect.
Not an exact science. We're still just trying things out.
Why is it that the man who invests all your money is called a broker? Because I gave him my money and I'm now brokered than when I started. Yep. That one's easy. Everybody knows that one. Why don't they make airplanes out of the stuff that they use to make the indestructible black box? Let's see. If con is the opposite of pro, is Congress the opposite of progress?
Yeah.
And one last one here. If flying is so safe, why do they call the airport the terminal? Yeah, those are pretty good. Somebody did help me out on that. Help a brother out here, man. They saw that it was maybe not going that well and said, you know what? We can't let our boy sit here and struggle like that.
That's right. How do you think AI does with humor? Do you think it could tell us a funny joke? You want to try it?
Yeah, let's try a joke. You know, they're probably rehashed. I don't think they're coming up with new. You know what? I think that's going to be one of the last frontiers for them to conquer because, I mean, you know, especially if you're doing observational humor, that's your observation and the way you see it and your take on things. Oh, speaking of humor, I saw a clip. I don't know who did it, but they have a guy on Saturday Night Live now that does Sebastian Maniscalco. Oh, is he funny? I mean, he got him down, man. I mean, it was like, who would ever thought to do an impersonation of Sebastian Maniscalco? And then when you see this guy do it, oh man, it's awesome. I don't know who his name is or whatever.
I looked at the first line of this joke, and it is probably one of the most unfunny jokes that I've ever seen written down.
Okay, this is what we discovered today, is AI is not going to conquer humor because humor is individual. It's based on something you see and a very unique thought, and observational humor especially. They can't observe a situation and dissect it the way the human eye and the human mind can.
All right, here we go. A quantum physicist walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, I know you, but I don't know you." The physicist smiles and replies, "That's fine. I'm only here in one branch tonight." The bartender pours him a drink and says, "It's on the house, in this universe at least." The physicist takes a sip, collapses into the superposition of gratitude and mild annoyance, and mutters, "Great, now I owe you 1 and at least 1 to the 100th time."
Was that bad? Oh, is that bad? All right. So listen, you know what? As all the jobs dry up in the future, you still have a chance at being a comedian.
100%.
Yeah, comedy is safe. Comedy is safe. It's just
safe.
because of the nature of comedy, you're not going to be able to take that away. Although the songwriting come up, I'll tell you what, the Fast Freddie with the red scarf was pretty cool. I really like that.
I'll play after we get offline. I'll play you they makes 4 renditions. I'll play the second one.
Oh, that thing was bad to the bone. Tracy Randall says the Wilson High class of 75 50th reunion is coming up. Wow. Boy, if you graduate in 75, you got to be old. 50
old.
years. Holy crap. Man.
Those old guys.
What the hell?
Ugh.
Man, that's only 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
2 weeks away. 50th anniversary. Can you believe that? It boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. Because I don't really feel that much different. You know, I don't really feel like, you know, and it's like, where did 50 years, a half a century go?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's crazy. Then when I see people that I've known from like kindergarten, we could still have a conversation like that was yesterday. Yep. You know, it's like, you know, there are some things I can remember more from grade school, not educational stuff, but, you know, like social stuff that I can remember more.
Isn't that amazing?
That 60 years ago, that would be, you know, 60 years ago that I can remember that sometimes as clear as day, clear as a bell. And when I get back to the radio station, I'm going to be going, they're going to call me tomorrow morning and go, "Hey, did you do that commercial? It was supposed to start at 9 o'clock.
Oh.
No, I was talking, you know, some of my friends from Oh, okay. Hey, thanks for pointing it out that I'm going to be at the 50th reunion. Thank you, Tracy. Okay. Thanks for the help. You know, why would she bring that up? I thought we were friends. Well, she's a Steelers fan. So what do you expect?
Yeah.
You know, oh, we didn't even talk about that yet. The Shador Sanders finally makes his debut.
They're chanting in the crowd. Shador, Shador.
Did anybody think and somebody broke into his house while he was at the game. Did you see that?
Ripped him off while he was.
And Mason Rudolph with the porn star Freddie Mercury mustache. Are we going to bring that back?
Yep.
Oh, so anyways, Shador.
Yes.
We all knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you know what? This has been the Cleveland Browns' MO for the last 25 years, okay? They get a quarterback and a rookie quarterback and a young guy, and they build everybody's hopes up, and they make him like he's going to be the savior and take the team to the Super Bowl, and they put all that pressure on his shoulders when the guy just was playing college football 6 months ago. And they try to make him like the next big thing. Here's what it boils down to. Very simple. The Cleveland Browns do not have quarterback development. They have quarterback survival.
Yes.
And it started from day one with Tim Couch. I thought Tim Couch was a badass, and he had no team around him whatsoever, and he just got the living daylights beat out of him.
Yep.
Week in and week out, the fact that guy kept getting up and trying to take that team on his shoulders. If the rest of the team sucks and you got a rookie quarterbacks have a lot to learn. Rookie quarterbacks have a lot to learn. And we still go through that whole thing. And people buying, oh, yeah, we got to get Shador in there. That's the guy. You know, the man's keeping him down. And no, he's not that good yet. And we've seen. Well, then everybody starts making excuses. Well, that's his first time he take reps and blah, 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 and he don't know the team. And they can, but you know what? He's been in practice every day, you know.
That moment. Like,
yes.
For that.
Right. Exactly. And all those people said he should have been starting at the beginning of the season. Here's what you got. And it would be no different. It would be no different than that, you know. And same with that Dylan. It's like, you know, he's a rookie quarterback. He don't know what he's doing. He don't know what he's doing. And they try to put these guys in there to make it happen, and they're never going to. You know,
we started with 5 quarterbacks in our quarterback room at the beginning of
and
the
then
year.
we kept the 2, you know, that's all we you know, honestly, Haslam's got to go. I mean, really, this has been 25 years. They should tell him, listen, you're not getting any stadium anywhere until you put a winning team on the field here. Yep. You know, and so what are you going to do? You're going to get all that taxpayer money, and then you're going to build that stadium, and then you're going to turn around and sell the team and make a profit and walk away. That's what you're going to do. Instead of dumping money into the team now, put some of that money that you're talking about into the team. Build a team, build a winner. People will pack Cleveland Stadium if it was a winning team.
Yep.
If it was 0 degrees out and the Browns were in a playoff game, that stadium would be sold out. I was there with the Jets double overtime, freezing cold, Lake Erie, brutal cold, double overtime. And you know what? The place was sold out. Yep. And everybody was there because it was such a great game. It was such a great game, and everybody loved the team. And that's when the dog pound was the dog pound, and Bernie and all those guys, you know. And now, you know, people will go to those games. People go to Buffalo. I don't see anybody in Buffalo crying, oh, they built a stadium, and they didn't even make a dome. They built a stadium, and guess what? They have a good team, and people come and see them, even though they're in the snow belt. They get hit more than Cleveland does. Yep. Well, Cleveland's in the snow belt too, but they get hit more in Buffalo, and people will still go. What I'm hoping for in my crazy fantasy world, and I'm not a fan, but wouldn't it be something if in the next week or two, Deshaun Watson comes back and runs up like 5 straight wins to end the season? Would that be amazing or what?
Be a good
because
storyline.
you know, you got to wonder, is he sitting there and saying, you know what, I got this money, or is he sitting there telling himself, you know what, I got something to prove. I don't want to go out on this note. Is he that big of a competitor to sit there and say, you know what? I don't want to go out as the guy that took the biggest contract ever Or is he just, I want something, I want to prove
what
something.
for you, $30 million a year to sit on your couch and you can milk a rehab for until the contract expires.
Oh, yeah.
Or come back and get blown out when you're behind your offensive line.
You know, it all depends on how big of a competitor and how
That's
big
true.
your heart is. Is his heart really in it? Does he really feel like, you know what? I got something to prove. I didn't like the way I was treated. I didn't like the way everybody made fun of me. Is that enough to motivate you? Or is the 212 million enough to say, dude, see ya? But he's been training. He's been training, and he's been at training camp. He's in Berea. He's been in Berea all season. You know, what if that dude come back? I think it would be cool for the just for the story.
Yeah.
Not because it's a Sean Watson. I'm not a fan.
If that happens, I know this is either a simulation or NFL is just rigged like reality TV is.
How about that? Now, with all this gambling, when you see a bad call, a drop pass, a missed tackle, do you automatically think it's fixed
100%,
now?
100%.
Every single play. At the end of the game last night with the Eagles, with the Eagles and the Lions. And the Eagles or the Lions were trying to drive or something right at the end. There was like 40 seconds left, and they called a penalty that was obviously a bad call. Mm-hmm. It was a bad call. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, there's the fix is in right there. You know, you see that now. And I would hope that Emmanuel Clase is not guilty. I mean, would these guys?
Very likely it is.
Why would these guys that are making $11 million, $12 million? Why would you dick around with these gamblers and fix a stupid game for an extra $6,000 or whatever you're getting?
It's a rush. Like you've gambled. Like it's a rush.
But you know what? When I look at some of those bad pitches that he threw, and they were all the exact same pitch in the exact same spot, and they all bounced up the exact same way. It wasn't even like, okay, we'll throw one high this time. Whoa, slipped. You know, it was just like he had that bouncing thing. Well, you know what? Pro sports too, they're so stupid. I mean, remember, gambling was the worst thing in the world that you could put with pro sports. Pro sports and gambling had no business together. Nope. They wanted to distance themselves as far away from any kind of gambling whatsoever. All of a sudden, they see how much money they're making on this, and they're like, oh, well, maybe gambling isn't that bad.
Come on in.
You know, but I mean, you look at some of that stuff. You're going to bet on some guy if he's going to throw a strike or not. How easy is that to fix? Yep. You're gonna bet on a guy. Is he going to catch 6 passes? You know, he gets his boys together. Hey, you know what? If I get close to 6, I'm going to keep it under 6. You know, it'll be a safe bet. Keep it under 6, you know, or, you know, when they bet on, okay, is he going to rush for 100 yards? Listen, I'm going out. If I'm getting close to 100 yards, man, I got a pulled muscle. I'm going out. Yep. Oh, I got my bell rang or something. Oh, cramp. I can't get out there, you know? So how do you know that to let people bet on that kind of stuff is just ridiculous stuff that one guy can control. You know, why would you even do that? Who would think that was a good idea?
Yep. Now, in that Eagles game, when the ref was walking by and they were pointing out that it was off, he was like staring straight over there, wouldn't even look at it. So I was like, that was an oddity.
That to me looked like, okay, this is a fix right there. That was one of those bad calls. But yeah, you know, think about when you look at everything, the whole mob thing in Youngstown was mainly centered around gambling. Yep. All these killings, all these people getting blown up, all these payoffs, it was for the money they were making in gambling. That was their main thing, you know, the number, the bug, these illegal casinos, poker games, bar boot, dice games. Those guys were making so much money, they're killing each other over it. Yep. And now all of a sudden it's all legal and it's like, oh, it's all good. Yeah. Because the NFL is they're just stuffing money in their pockets. Major League Baseball, they're stuffing money in their pockets. And, you know, I mean, I think it's really hurt like the integrity of the game.
Absolutely.
But then again, we're from Youngstown and we've always thought everything was fixed from day one, right? From day one, we've always thought everything was a fix. Yep. We didn't invent the fix in Youngstown, but we perfected it.
Yes, we did.
I don't care if you went to court, if you saw this, if somebody won a raffle, You know, everything to me was fixed. You know,
Yep.
if it didn't go my way, it was always fixed. And there's a good chance that it was. That's the thing, you know, especially like in court, when you went to court and stuff like that. I mean, when the fix was in, you could see like these guys, you know, I've had the fix work on my side too. You know, I've had some few things fixed over the years, but also I've had the fix go against me too. Yep. You know, somebody else had a little more pull, you know, somebody knew some mobster or something. And all of a sudden now I'm the dick, you know. But yeah, so you know, when you're from Youngstown, especially in those early days, you just always thought everything was fixed.
The other guy's
you know?
always cheating.
Yeah,
always.
Yeah, you know, it's a fix. You know, somebody that raffle, that was a fix. They had that card on them. They had that one crumpled up on the bottom, and he reached in and pulled it out.
Yep.
He reached in there for that one that was folded 3 times. He knew, you know, all that stuff. But I don't know. Well, what do you think? We ready to wrap it up?
Sure.
On that thought there, I think it's time to wrap it up. Let's see. What do I got going on this week? Let me run that down real quick. Starting tomorrow at 10 o'clock, we have a big concert announcement, not in Youngstown, but a big concert announcement coming up in the summer. A classic rock band that's still swinging, hopefully. And we got that coming up, so we'll have tickets to win those coming up the rest of the week. And Saturday, I am going to be doing an 80s party at the Youngstown Minicore. Fun place. If you're a non-member, it costs $5 to get in, but you're getting Fast Freddy, so it's a bargain beyond belief. I can't believe they're just keeping it at $5. You know, I thought it should be like 25, 30. 40, even a bargain at that.
Right.
But, you know, non-members, $5. And if you want to become a member, buy a membership and you're good to go. It's a fun place and they got good food and all kinds of stuff. That's on Mahoning Avenue, right next to Star Supply. Or if you're coming on the freeway, you get off the Pepsi plant, and right when you get off, their back parking lot is right there. So you get right off the freeway and pull right in. So I got that coming up, and yeah, at some point, big Wilson High class reunion. Thanks, Tracy.
Hang out with those 68-year-olds.
Yeah. The 68-year-olds at the Wilson High class reunion. A lot of them people look like, you know, I remember, never mind. I forget what I was going to say there. Yeah. That's why we know it's a 50. Yeah. I'm just there as the DJ. Wink, wink. Yeah. I'm just there to provide the entertainment for the old folks, you know, so that's what I'm there for. Nope. I'm not even the DJ. You know, they want me to mingle. They would rather me mingle. So unless they,
I mean, you are a Hall of Famer from that school.
Yes, I am. I am a Hall of Famer, and my name is on Moose Thompson's paddle. And so, yeah, that's, you know,
you'll have to wear the special jacket. It's a prestigious event.
Right. Yeah. I think I might be the only Hall of Famer there. I might be the only Hall of Famer. So, you know, I'm sure they'll have me say a few words.
Of course.
I'm sure at some point,
they'll need you.
I'm sure at some point they will have me say a few words to welcome the 50th anniversary of the Wilson High class of 1975. Unbelievable. I look at some of this stuff. I posted something today on this date in 1991. Rush played 2 shows at the Richfield Coliseum for the Roll the Bones tour. And I was thinking, and there were people sitting there saying, I wasn't even born yet. You know, some of this stuff I say anymore, I just try to taper it to not sounding old. We all know the Rolling Stones are old. You know what I mean? We all know the Beatles are 60 years old. Do we have to dwell on that? No, just enjoy it for what it is and move on. But yeah, it's and this year too. This is another year that just flew by so stinking fast. I mean, I blink of an eye, boom. Where did 2025 go? You know, I'm already looking at stuff for 2026. I don't even want to commit to anything because I want to slow it down a little bit. I think once I'm committed, you know, I look at these bands and they put out their tour schedule, and it's like for the next 2 years, or at least the next year and a half, You see all these cities and all these dates and everything. Those guys are committed for all that. And this is like almost a year down the road. Like Rush, they're going to be in Cleveland in September, but that's already booked in stone. So, you know, when you look at it that way, it also makes time go fast because of that, I think. You know,
but you've been saying for the last 5 years you're going to slow down. So I do not believe you when you say that. I don't.
Oh, man, I don't know. All right, let's wrap this up.
All right,
man. Samuel Adams, don't save me at least a bottle for next time.
you
know what? Come on, you guys. Get off your ass. MLO Brothers, Joe, your whole crew, you drink all the booze. You have none left for me. I mean, I'm getting a little fed up with that. I deserve better treatment than that.
All right.
There should be a bottle sitting right there. You know what? I as a matter of fact, I want a bottle of Jack. I think at a benefit. I just might have to bring it down here just to set it here, just so when I have company over that I could at least offer them something, you know.
Yep.
All right, Joe. Thank you.
Yep.
Catch you tomorrow afternoon, 3:00. Youngstown's Classic Rock Y103.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. This is original Youngstown content. Feel free to share our videos and tell your friends about us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube